South Africa is rich in history and diversity. Beyond 20 years of democracy, South Africa has made inroads in redressing the socio-economic ills of its past. The Department of Environmental Affairs' Working on Fire program has over the past 13 years created thousands of work opportunities for the unemployed youth through upskilling and training and making them more employable. In 2015, the Canadian Interagency Forest Fire Centre called on international assistance during the devastating fire season. This opportunity provided exposure to 48 firefighters from South Africa's Working on Fire, many of whom had never set foot on an aircraft before, let alone left the country. In this feature, we bring you the story of firefighters who used the funds from the Canadian deployment to improve their lives and secure a brighter future.
For my daughter, I liked her a lot. When I go to Canada, first of all, I was thinking that I thought maybe going there, because I didn't know where are we going actually. So what about my daughter in South Africa? How she will be? How can she survive without me?
We paid a visit to Udens Tete from the Mlambongwane base in Mpumalanga. He is widely praised for being one of our outstanding crew leaders because of his discipline and dedication. He left his devoted wife and beautiful daughter in Matafin on the outskirts of Mbombela to serve as crew leader at the Mlambongwane base. When we arrived at his modest home, you could feel the love of his wonderful family.
My husband is a caring person and a very loving person. He is kind. In the family, he is providing us. We have one child named Buitumelo Minenhle. He also loves her daughter as he loved me. And I'm very happy for that. I also love him.
Udens is grateful for the opportunities provided by the program and says that since he joined Working on Fire, only wonderful things have happened to him. He is now able to provide for his entire family, including his elderly mother. He formed part of the crews that were deployed to assist with the devastating fires that occurred during the Canadian 2015 fire season.
We didn't feel like we are South African. We felt like we are Canadians, the way they welcomed us with warm hands. So according to we as South Africans, that's why even if they can say tomorrow, let's go to Canada, everyone would like to go because of what we experienced.
On his return, Udens, like many others, utilized their meal stipends wisely. Udens and the others returned home with the savings of these stipends, which with the rand-dollar exchange in their favor, could utilize the funds to do so much more to improve their lives.
After we came from Canada, I've experienced a lot, and we did able to provide for our family, of which they give us stipend so that we can spend with our families. Then I able to build a 3-room house, and even at Bushbuck Ridge, where I used to stay in most of the time, where I grew up to where I completed my schooling. So we managed to build a 4-room, but we were already started at Bushbuck Ridge. But here at Matafin, I did able to push with the man that I had, and also enrolled a course in SA College doing project management in profession and basic. So with that money, to me, it helped a lot because I did able to do something proper.
Tabisa Nogwinya from the Port St. John's base in the Eastern Cape is the youngest of 4 children. She's living with her sister Nokolo Nogwinya in Sitambeni. She plays a key role in helping her sister in the household and with raising her sister's children. Tabisa says going to Canada made it possible for her to get a driver's license, which will help her take better care of her family.
So kula 4 days ndandinikiwe ye-off mandihambe ndiyobhukha i-license. So ndatesta ngo-October ndayipasa i-license. So Working on Fire undincede ngokuba andize eCanada, kungoku ndine-license. And futhi xa ndifika apha ekhaya khona izinto bendingakwazi ukuzenza kakuhle ngemali. So ndiye ndakwazi ukuthi kwimali endithe ndayifumana eCanada iye yancedisa apha ekhaya. because khona like i-tiles ndizifake ngale mali yaseCanada apha ekhaya ndincedisana no-sister wam sakwazi uthenga nezinye izinto apha endlini like isofa. So engosi working on fire ingaske working on fire angahlala esenza kanjalo nakwabanye abantu aqhubeleke phambili enza umsebenzi omhle.
UThabisa xa ebuya emsebenzini abantwana bami bayavuya kakhulu and xa kubetha u5 late bayabuza ba uphumakazi bamhlangabeze endleleni bayengena endlini bayamvuyela kakhulu and bayamthanda uThabisa. UThabisa uthe kubuya kwakhe eCanada wabuya enayo imali zininzi into esizenzileyo apha ekhaya ngemali kaThabisa. Umzekelo siyenzile igrocery salungisa izindlu zasekhaya ezingekho right ngemali abuye nayo eCanada uThabisa. Siyathanda uba uThabisa asebenze kulo msebenzi akuwo ngoba uluncedo kakhulu.
Nowhere in South Africa will you get disciplined firefighters as in the Working on Fire program, says Minister Edna Molewa. Zola Ntloko, a 28-year-old firefighter from the Eastern Cape, came to live in Khayelitsha, on the outskirts of Cape Town. He joined the program in 2014 at the Newlands base. Zola was one of the firefighters that went to Canada last year and says there is nothing he would trade for the experience gained in Canada. Zola said this was an awesome experience and exposure for him. Coming from the dusty streets of Khayelitsha to be part of the international response to the Canadian fires was remarkable. Zola saved money and plans to start his own restaurant one day. He wants to give back to the community and to develop the youth in Khayelitsha.
So ndiyabulela ngofungezinto ngento athe wanika yona ngethuba abethe wanika lona ngoku ngizokwazi uba ndisivulele i-bright spot yam koyam indawo. Ndiyabulela kakhulu.
Meshach Musule is living with his parents and extended family members in a small informal settlement near Hexport in Gauteng. His mother, a farm worker, became unemployed recently. Meshach managed to build a new home for his family and bought his mother new furniture. His proud mother was so happy and thankful for all the things Meshach has done and achieved.
It was good, and I can't explain it. It was very good, and then I didn't want to come back here in Mzansi. It was marvelous.
Silo Simon Tekiso, a firefighter from Windberg Base in the Free State, has a passion for farming. Silo invested most of his money into establishing his own business. He's registered his own company, SST General Trading Pty Ltd, which will deal in livestock and dairy products. The company currently has 3 employees. In addition, Silo used these funds to provide assistance to elderly people in Windberg who are running an agricultural project but couldn't afford to buy basic equipment. He has sponsored them with boots, goggles and helmets.
Actually, in Windberg, got the serious problem of job, and I think it is better for me to help the people, especially the struggling people from the community.
O ile le yena ile ga ha bona bonkgono bana ba ntse ba sebetsa ka mona o ile a fapoela ho rona a utlwa ga mokgatla haholo ka seo re se etsang itse ha qala o la re tlisetsa mahobenyana ga gona ho ja ntse re sebetsa mona a boetse hape a re etela nna a kore a re fa matla re kgothatsa re la ga fumana matla ka yena ka bonolo bona ntse re botsa re hlokang re sebetsa ka thata ha kae re sebetsa ka thata ngwana ka mare re ntse re ya a re kgothaletsa go re ntwe le etsang bomme baka ke ntho e ntle ka o fetisisa o dula a re etela re nneng a re fa dieta mme re la ga ikutlwa motlotlo haholo boholong ba rona gore hona le motjha ka re tsotella mohlomong no sena motho ka re tsotellang empa ntate Selola utlwa re rata ka moghomo.
This has been a milestone for Working on Fire and the South African firefighting community. There is no doubt that the 2015 Canadian deployment has made a significant impact in the lives of Udens, Tabisa, Mishek, Zola, Silo, and their families, as well as the other 43 firefighters and their families. This opportunity was a huge milestone in their lives as they've learned a lot and been exposed to new experiences. We would like to extend our heartfelt appreciation to the Canadian Interagency Forest Fire Centre for calling on Working on Fire. More importantly, for making a difference in the lives of our firefighters and their loved ones. Working on Fire, restoring dignity, saving lives, and protecting the environment.